Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn, Paul speaking, and today we're looking at a new game that's come to the Nintendo Switch. Actually came out last week, I think on the 17th. It kind of dropped out of nowhere. We had been expecting it, but it was one of these games that wasn't on the coming soon section, just kind of appeared when it went live on the shop to buy it. It's Truck Driver, of course, from Soedesco, same guys that did Xenon Racer. So we'll talk about that in a little second, what that did for my expectations. But I've been waiting for this one for a while. I've got it on the PlayStation 4. Quite like it, to be honest. I mean, it's not the best truck driving simulator. It's not like a straight up Euro Truck simulator replacement from the PC, but it is probably the best truck driving game you're going to get on consoles. So how does it fare on the Nintendo Switch? Let's have a quick look at the options. Quite a lot of options you can change here. Lots of different things in terms of the gameplay. Audio, you can turn the god-awful music off, which is a godsend. I'm going to leave it on, but it does really great on you after a while. Controls here, lots of controls you can change, which is excellent. Lots of like dead zones, sensitivity, how the braking and reversing works, your HD rumble strength. Game also does feature motion controls. It should be added as well, which is really cool. It works really well. Straight away, you've got the access to motion controls on your Pro Controller or the Joy-Cons. You can turn it off, as you see there, but you can also use the them little black Mario Kart wheels. You can use them as well, which is quite interesting. I'm not one that likes motion controls generally, so I normally just ignore it or turn it off. And then here's your controls overview. We'll talk a little bit about this when we get into the game. We're just going to carry on with my save game that I've been working on. And just to say as well, this comes out, this is £45 in the UK, $50 in America. Quite a hefty price. And as I say, this is from the same guys that did Xenon Racer, and you know, if you've followed that game or followed my channel for a little while, got a lot of traffic around the Xenon Racer time, so good chance is if you're watching this, you've probably been around since then. But obviously it wasn't the best game when it first came out. Tried to put up PC trailers on the eShop to make it look better than it was, and then when it finally did land, it wasn't very good at all. It was patched a number of times, and finally is reasonably playable if you can pick it up in a sale, but certainly nothing special. So that, as I say, set my expectations for this one fairly low indeed. And well, I won't talk about my feelings on this yet. Let's get into some gameplay. So first we're going to take a job on. If I bring up the map first, this is a fictional area that you can drive around. It's quite a big open world that you can drive around, so it's pretty cool. You get these little yellow icons dotted around the map, and these are people that you can take jobs from. You see on the right hand side there, all the yellow icons are different people. Right, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different people. You can just drive up to them, take a job on, and complete it. We are actually at Charlie Dover, who's the local fish merchant, and he wants us to do a job. You've got this interior view, and I was just going to talk about the rain because it's raining, so we can have a look around the external view. A few different camera angles. Overhead view there, which is handy for reversing, and sort of a bumper cam. A couple of those. I like to use the dashboard view, the in-truck view. It's quite nice, quite nicely detailed. Got no problem with that. I do switch the external view sometimes when I need to get through a tight spot or something. So we've got a radial menu. We're going to hold down the right bumper. It gives you access to different things here, which is quite good. Obviously on the PC you'll have access to this with different key bindings and stuff, but it works quite well being sort of tied to the right bumper button here, and you just sort of point to where you want and press A and it will activate it for you. So the first thing we need to do is start the engine, which you can do by holding down here and pressing A, or it's on a shortcut down on the D-pad. Let's have a look again at the jobs we've got available. This is Charlie Dover, and all of the jobs are presented in this kind of way, a little cartoon graphic of the person, and then you get sort of a back and forth on a mobile phone to sort of deliver the details, which is fine. I'm going to do this one here 2 for 1. So you see the mobile phone information coming in from Charlie. He gives you all the details about the job. It's a bit weird that you got a mobile phone, but you actually have to drive into the client's location to then speak to them. But whatever, it's fine. So he wants us to pick up a refrigerated trailer at the Balkan Industry Zone and then deliver it to Zyobdal. Okay. And he's got something else for us to do. pick up a second trailer there. So the jobs are getting progressively more complex as we go on. First jobs are really quite simple. One single drop off around the corner. Then it's sort of a longer journey across the map. This one now is bringing in a second sort of chained job. So you pick up one trailer and drop it off, and then pick up another trailer from the drop off point and take that somewhere else. Looks like he wants us to bring it back to his depot here. There you go. Excuse that funny noise. That was my little dog that's sitting next to me. Likes to come in and help me on these videos. So there we go. Yak, yak, yak. On the mobile phone. Job done. Basically, we've got to pick a trailer up and bring it back to a drop-off point, and then pick a trailer up for now and bring it back here to Charlie. So as you can see, the rain effects are quite nice. Got no problem with that. If we hold down the right bumper again, we have got access to window wipers. So we get those going. Just going to check the map. You see it's been marked out here. If you can see that in the video, we've got kind of it's marked out here with a white line where we need to go on the sat nav. You'll also notice bottom left hand corner, we've got some icons down there. There's the long sort of green to red bar is your stamina meter. And when that drops down too low, you need to go and have a rest. There's rest stops dotted around the map. So you just pop into one of them and refill your stamina. If you sort of lose all your stamina while you're on the job, you've failed the job, and you don't want to be doing that. The little icon next to it, the truck icon, you get sort of damage to your truck, so you just need to keep an eye on that as well. Far right hand side, you've got a fuel gauge. Up the top, we've got our cash, current cash, and our current XP level. If we look at this screen's here on the minus button, you get overview of the mission. So you can see this mission's got quite a few steps. Yeah, this is about 10 different steps that we need to complete. That's fine. Got a little checklist there to get through. It's not a problem. And then these are all the missions that we've done for all the different people in the areas. You can see some there are still locked as well, or we haven't actually met them yet on the map, which is fine. Actually, let's go back into that screen because there were some other things. So we've got the mission screen, got this skills screen, which is basically like a loyalty. Yeah, I suppose it's a loyalty. The longer you drive in a certain brand of truck, the more that progression rises. So you can see here we're in an emotion truck, O-Motion. These are fake brands of trucks, but they're all pretty nice. And you see there, we started at level 0, we got to level 1, and we're currently working up to level 2. We need to go 45 kilometers to get to level 2, driving an O-Motion truck. And then if we do that, we get a new truck part. We get for the emotion truck, we get whatever 310 kW is, whatever one of those is, we get one of those, and that sounds like it's a good thing. But there's tons of these, and they're not just for the brands as well. It's for like driving refrigerated trucks or completing a number of missions, all this kind of thing. Like think of them as mini achievements. Got passive skills as well that kind of level up with your XP. They give you extra bonuses for money and XP rewards and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So, there is a little bit of depth in this game. It's not just sort of one of those cheap mobile throwaway games. It's got a nice little bit of stuff. And I'm happy to say it's, pretty much, from what I remember anyway, of the PlayStation version. I haven't played it in a good few months, but feels pretty much feature rich. The same features as the PlayStation version. But the main thing here, how does this game handle? And I was, as I say, fearing the worst. Unfortunately, to give Soedesco a bit of a bad name, it was coming from those guys that haven't set the switch alight, shall we say, with their games. So it was, turn in front of me. Fearing the worst, and when I got to it, the very first thing the game did was crash. So I was like, oh, here we go. And it has, to be fair, it has crashed a few times. Usually crashes loading in a save game from the main menu. It hasn't crashed anywhere else, but it has done that a few times, so just be aware of that. I'm sure that can be fixed. But the main thing is the performance. I am really, really impressed with this game. Performance-wise, feature-wise, and it's just beaten my expectations, really, which is really nice when a game can do that. Fearing the worst, and it's unfounded, and it's turned out to be okay. So at the moment I've put cruise control on, which is up on the D-pad, sticking to below the speed limit of 50 miles an hour, as you can see on the or kilometers an hour, whatever it is, miles per hour. On the right hand side there you can see the little red and white symbol on the sat nav, and we're on cruise control, which means I'm not having to hold down the accelerator button, the ZR button, It's just keeping it a steady between 47 and 49 miles per hour, which is what I set it at. You just tap up on the D-pad to let it to sort of lock it in place if you don't know how cruise control works. So we're coming up to a junction. We need to slow down, and we've got access to indicators. I was trying to think of the word. So yeah, tap up left or right on the D-pad to get your indicators up. It has meant to have a peak button as well by holding down the left or right D-pad, but that doesn't seem to work. It'd be really useful because at the moment you just have to use the right stick and then you have to recenter it yourself. Come on, cars, let's get a shift on. We're going this way. Let's get going. There we go. So yeah, I think that was a new thing they added, that the peak button that just sort of glances left and right and then recenters your view. Really does need that. Hope that can be patched in. Let's get some speed up uphill here and kick in the cruise control. As you can see, there's a really nice sort of graphics as well. Let's click to an outside view. You can see that a little bit better. But I quite like the look at this, really. The scenery looks really nice. There's plenty of other traffic around. As I say, this has really surprised me in terms of how it looks, how it performs. I was a bit worried as well with the price point, but it kind of feels, as I say, on parity with the other console versions. There is also a physical version of this, if you're not aware, so keep an eye out for that if you like collecting the physicals. And it also sort of does kind of help sometimes to get these games a little bit cheaper when sort of retailers have sales on, or other people sell them on second hand. You can pick it up a bit cheaper. We're going to try a risky overtake here. Probably shouldn't be doing that. You can get fined for speed limits and jumping red lights and stuff. So you have to be careful of that. Even I'm not that crazy to overtake. Let's have a look at the map. Kind of halfway to Balkant at the moment. We might have to stick our foot down here. I don't want it to just be kind of a boring truck footage, but then kind of that is what you're here for. What I might do is just probably edit this and I'll just skip ahead as I risk life and limb by going 70 miles an hour. Yeah, so it's possible I may cut this out, get us to near Balkant and then pick the video up again. Okay, so we're coming up to the pickup point now. And get around this corner, and it's just in the yard up here. So there's a rest stop over there as well to the left, the little blue icon there, that's like a bed. We can go and take a rest, but our stamina's okay at the minute. We've actually just had a rest before I started filming this one. So I think it's in here. I think we're going to make this turn. Come on. Turn. Oof. And we sneak in. Right, so we're looking for a trailer. There's the trailer just in front of us. So as I say, a lot of the time I will do a exterior view to hook this trailer up. Spin the camera around, hold down reverse. Let's see if we can't get this trailer connected. You just have to back up into it and then press X to connect it. There we go. So we've connected the refrigerator trailer, and we need to take it to Soedesco, I don't know, wherever that is. So it's back towards Charlie Dover. So you can see, let's have a look at the trailer actually. See, the trailers look quite nice, they're all different as well. Not all sort of box trailers like this. This is a refrigerated one. You can see the front part there, the refrigeration unit. But some of them been sort of flatbeds with sort of building materials on. All different sorts. So let's head back out onto the road. I will do some footage here of the drive with the trailer. Then I will probably do an external view for a little while. And then probably what we did on the journey up here, I'll cut till we get to the drop-off point. But yeah, hope you can see that the game's actually performing really nicely. Leave me a comment below if you don't mind, if you've had your eye on this one or you've just seen it pop up and are wondering what it's like, if you've got it on the PlayStation or PC and thinking about double dipping for the Switch. Runs really nicely, handheld as well, it must be said, and as I say, it has got that motion controls as well when you're handheld. Really easy just to tip the Switch left and right. Oh, do not walk out. Oh my goodness, that was a ghost. Did you see that? Somebody walked out and then just disappeared. It's quite interesting actually to look at the pedestrians, because when this game first launched, it was kind of well received because it was a truck simulation for the console, and so many people have wanted Euro Truck Sim. None of these cars are indicating, by the way. Just sitting here like a wally. Right, let's go. Yeah, so Euro Truck Sim looked like it's never coming to the console, so this was kind of a bit of a big deal in the simulation community when this came out. But when it did launch, it was unfortunately kind of riddled with bugs a little bit. If it can be a little bit riddled with bugs. And in the end, Soedesco were so unhappy with it, they actually gave it over to a different developer, which was quite interesting. You don't see that happen very often, but it did happen. And they claimed that they pretty much had to strip a lot of the code out of the game and start again. So this is from the new developer. This port, one of the things in taking it on was they wanted to do a Switch port, and they have been fixing things up on the console version, but I don't think it's where the hardcore fans want it to be. You may notice a little bit of hitching as well. It's just some sort of micro stutters. It's very rare. It doesn't really put you off. It's, it's not like a fast-paced racing game where you need to be, pixel perfect. Generally, it runs at a really solid 30, just with those little micro hitches every now and again. Don't know why it's doing that, but again, it could be patched out. So we're getting some speed up now. You may have felt that was a bit of a slow segment. It's because we were going uphill and we're pulling this trailer. Let's get into some exterior footage. I'm going to be swerving all over the place. I find it a little bit hard to control from external camera. But there you go. Looks pretty cool. Oh, on the embankment. So just trying to keep going straight, and then we could spin the camera around and get some sort of cinematic angles, but don't want to be too risky. So there we go. What I might do is just skip ahead, as I say, and we'll drop this trailer off. So here we are. We're coming into the drop-off point now. Just going to unload this trailer. It's just around the corner here. Just going to pull out in front of these cars. They always seem to be turning off. Pretty safe. Just to stick it in here, leaving enough room for the trailer to swing in behind us. And there we go. So here's the parking zone where we need to stick the trailer. Now you can turn on automatic parking by holding down X, but just gonna give it a bit of a go, see if we can get it in. If you can get the see, there's a bar there on the right hand side. If you can get the trailer in, you will get an accuracy bonus. But I think that's going to be a bit of an ask from this angle. So we may just revert to... Oh yeah, making a right pig's ear of this, aren't we? So we just straighten up, maybe. No, we're just going to automatically park. But there you go, you'd need to stick it in there to get a bonus. We're just going to hold down X to park the trailer up, and then you get your rewards at the end of the mission. So we will get... Oh, we need to get out of here, don't we? Oh, that's not a good idea, because we need to get out of here and pick up a new trailer. I've kind of boxed ourselves in. Never mind. But there you go. Anyway, hopefully you see the idea with this one. Truck driver on the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what you think below. If you've got any questions, please ask. But yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised with this. Indeed, it's a very pricey game. There's no doubt about that. But the quality is really nice. So there you go. That's a really good. It's Truck Driver Nintendo Switch from Soedesco. It's out now, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment if you're picking this one up. Be really appreciated. But until next time, I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.